Fiction.
So just to introduce myself, my name is Kelsey. I'm a therapist here at General Counseling Center. Just to start us off, give you our confidentiality policy. Anything you say stays in this room. If you do tell me that you or believe that you're going to kill yourself or you're going to harm someone else, I do have to report that. If a child or a vulnerable person is currently being abused or neglected, I have to report that as well. My records and myself can be subpoenaed by a court, but that, again, that's highly unlikely. And I do consult with my supervisor on cases. So just some understanding of basically anything you say stays in this room. Okay? So why don't we start out with some introductions. You can go around and give me your name, how old you are, what kind of things you like to do, that kind of thing. You want to start us off?
Sure. I'm DJ.
Okay.
I'm 10, and I don't really like to do anything.
You don't like to do anything?
No.
Nothing at all?
No.
Okay.
My name's Roseanne, and we need family therapy really bad. We need to get help for this family, and we don't enjoy doing anything. So this is my husband, and I am really, really tired of not getting any help around the house. I don't enjoy nothing either.
All right.
My name's Dan. That's about it.
Okay.
She does most of the talking.
Well, that's because I know what's going on.
Yeah, sure.
So mom knows what's going on.
She says she does, sure.
No.
Okay, does most of the talking.
Yep.
Okay.
I'm Darlene. I don't know why I'm here. I don't want to be here. I think this is stupid.
Oh, come on, Darlene. Now, come on. Give the lady some respect.
How old are you, Darlene?
15.
15. And what do you like to do?
Stay in my room.
She
Yeah?
stays in her room all the time.
What do you like to do in your room?
Listen to music.
Like listening to music? What kind of music?
Mostly just, I don't know, hard rock.
Hard rock?
Yeah.
All right. What's your favorite band?
I don't really have one.
No. Okay. So.
Darlene's got a boyfriend.
No, I don't.
Darlene,
No, I
we
don't,
talked about
Mom.
this before we got here. You need to be honest with this
Oh my
lady.
God. Told you I don't want to talk about this.
So
She's lying to you.
why don't we start with talking about what you think needs to change?
No, let me tell you what needs to change. They all need to start doing the dishes. They need to clean up their rooms. They do nothing to help me out, especially Dan. He should learn how to help his wife. I work hard hours.
And I don't?
Not as much as me. You don't. You sit in front of that TV. You just got done having a heart attack not too long ago.
So you'd like to see more help?
Yes.
You'd like to have more help around the house?
Yes.
Okay. So right now you do all those things. You do the dishes and you clean.
Mm-hmm. And these guys watch me do it.
So-
Darlene sits in her room. She's
You
got a
work
boyfriend.
really hard. You work really hard.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What about you, DJ? What do you think needs to change?
I don't think it would matter anyway.
He doesn't like to talk.
Mm.
What do you mean you don't think anything would matter?
Well, I mean, it's not like they care. If anything was to change, if I was to change, they wouldn't care. They wouldn't even notice.
We care. We care.
So
I'm
you-
too busy.
So DJ, you'd like to be noticed.
Whatever.
Okay.
See what I'm saying? My kids are rude. My kids are rude. I asked them to be nice to you before we even came in here. Now look at them both.
So you'd also like to see them be,
Stop
you'd
being
like to see children be polite.
disrespectful. Yes.
Okay.
Darlene needs to come out of her room. She's got a boyfriend.
What do you think, Dan? What do you think needs to change?
think that she needs to stop trying to be the matriarch of the family, pretending that she knows everything that's best and getting in everybody's business.
Oh, Dan, you don't even know. You don't even know what I go through and the stress all you gotta do is come home and eat your dinner. It's on the table for you, and you sit down in front of that boob
You
tube.
wouldn't even let me make dinner if I wanted to.
Oh, come on.
You tell me I was
Dan.
doing it wrong?
Oh, who cares you? Oh, you burnt the macaroni and cheese the other day. What do you expect?
Well, at least we had macaroni and cheese.
Oh, jeez.
So what I'm hearing is that you would help, but you don't feel like you can.
Mhm.
Okay.
This is a lot of work.
What is a lot of work?
This whole thing. They don't even talk right. They're so disrespectful. See what I mean? They're not even helping you out when we're sitting here talking to you. They're just rude.
Okay. Darlene, what do you think needs to change?
I just think that people just need to leave me alone.
So you want to be left alone?
I do.
You're always alone in your room.
Yeah, but you guys always come knocking on my door and tell me to come out and...
Well, get that boyfriend out of that room.
So how long would you say this has been a problem?
Years. Years of problems built up.
When did-
Started with Dan,
Okay. When?
right after DJ was born.
Okay. So we're saying about 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
See, it's all his fault.
Darlene, you ain't no better.
So Darlene, what is DJ's fault?
Well, ever since he was born, all these problems started.
Okay. Can you tell me what problems you're talking about?
Well, like, they just... I don't know, they're just always fighting.
So you'd like to see your parents fighting us?
Yeah,
Okay. Do you mind if I take notes while I talk to you guys?
I guess, that's fine.
So you'd like to see parents fighting us? Okay. And you say this started about 10 years ago,
Mm-hmm.
okay? Anything you'd like to say, DJ?
No. Well, I mean, I guess it'd be alright if they stopped fighting. That'd be alright. That'd be pretty cool, actually.
So you'd like it if they stopped fighting too?
Mm. Maybe they'd spend time, paying attention to other people other than just them.
Okay. So maybe they'd pay attention to other people in the family as well.
Mm-hmm.
So people getting more attention in the family.
DJ and
Sure.
they get attention.
So when would you say, DJ, when did the problem start?
I don't know what you mean. It's always been like this.
Okay. Was there ever a time when the problem was not there? And you felt like they were not fighting and everybody got a lot of attention?
I don't know. Maybe. I can't think about it.
You wanna think about it for a second?
Yeah.
Okay, what about you, Roseanne? Can you remember time when this problem was not here? Not,
Yeah, when
was
Dan
that-
and I were first married. That night way back on the Vegas Strip, and drinking wine all night long. Yep, that's when everything was perfect.
So what was different about that?
Because we didn't have no kids and we were drunk. Yep.
So you guys were having
God,
fun
yeah.
together.
Yes, we had a good time, didn't we, Dan?
Yeah.
Sure did.
So why'd you have us?
Well, ask your dad.
If things are so perfect, why would you even want to have kids?
Ask your dad.
So I want to circle back to when things were different. You described something that sounded like a lot of fun. Do you feel like there's a lot of fun in your family still?
No, we don't have time. Everyone's busy. Darlene's always up in her room with the door shut. DJ, he don't talk.
But do you feel like you would want to see more fun in your family and your relationship?
Well, yeah. Maybe go bowling. I'd
Okay.
like to go bowling. But then I ask the kids, you wanna go bowling? No, we don't wanna go anywhere with you out in public. And I don't understand why. I don't get it.
So you would know if things had changed,
Yeah,
that if you did fun things together, like bowling, and people wanted to.
yeah.
Okay.
They'll wanna go bowling, won't you? You go bowling? Huh?
None of us like bowling, only you like bowling. You don't ask us, you just want us to go.
So Dan, what about you? What would you say, when has this not been a problem?
I don't know, some years ago, Roseanne's just been trying to take on everything and be responsible for everything all the time. She thinks she can just do it all and be in control of everything, and that stresses her out, and she just starts picking fights with people because
I wonder why I'm stressed out all the time.
So when was the problem not a problem? When was this fighting and not paying attention to each other? When was that not a problem?
I don't know, a long time ago. It's just kind of gradual thing, not so much like one major step that just made it a problem.
Sure. Can you remember though what it was like when it wasn't a problem?
I think we got along a little better. We did a little more family-like stuff, I guess.
Like what?
Go bowling, go to the park, go on vacation or something like that. So
So again, the kind of the fun things.
Mhm.
Okay. So if you could kind of condense what we've talked about, you know, the problem of fighting and perhaps not paying attention to each other in the family, would we agree that that's kind of the problem we're talking about?
Yeah.
And then one of the things that each of you mentioned would be including things like including fun and also paying attention to one another and fighting less as your goal.
Yes, and Dan do the dishes once in a while. I don't think it hurt him one bit.
So in listening and interacting with one another would be helping out as well.
Yeah.
So people kind of everybody together interacting and helping out.
Yes.
Okay.
And Darlene needs to come out of her room. She's got a boyfriend.
Okay, so let me ask you a strange question about you fall asleep tonight and everything's normal and you wake up tomorrow and the problem is solved. What is the first thing that would give you the hint that things are different?
Ah, when Dan brings me breakfast in bed, gives me a massage, that's when I know it all is different.
Okay, so what would that mean to you? What would Dan bringing you breakfast mean?
Well, if he brought me breakfast, it means that he cares. That he actually, he was doing something for me.
So you'd
I
like to
don't
be
even
shown-
remember the last time he touched me.
Okay, so you'd like to be shown that people in your family care about you.
Yes.
Okay. What about you, Dan? What would be the first thing that would indicate to you, that would show you that things were different?
well, I wouldn't wake up to Roseanne shrieking, "Damn!"
Okay,
I don't do that anymore. Well, not very often.
okay, okay.
Um,
So you'd be woken up in a different way.
yeah.
Okay,
We
Dan, is that what you want?
I wouldn't wake up with sarcasm either.
okay. So people would change how they talk to one another and perhaps change how they wake up each other.
Mm-hmm.
What would that mean?
A little more calmness in the house.
Okay,
Less fighting.
okay.
More trying to understand each other, I guess.
Okay, so changing the way you talk to each other, and you'd like that to change in caring and interacting, that kind of thing. Okay. What about you? What would be the first thing when you woke up and everything had changed, the problem was solved? How would you know things were different? The first thing you knew.
People would be knocking on my door, trying to wake me up at 6 in the morning, trying to make me go to school. and-
Well, if it didn't take you 3 hours to get ready for school, we wouldn't have to wake you up at 6 o'clock in the morning, huh?
Does not take me that long to get ready.
Oh, I don't know how many strands of hair you feel you gotta straighten.
Okay.
Okay, so, and you should probably open up just a little bit. Oh, you're only 10, but,
Okay, fine.
okay.
Open up.
Okay.
So, you would like to be woken up in a different way as well.
Yeah, I would like to wake myself up with my alarm
Okay.
and not half an hour before my alarm goes off by
Okay.
my parents. I'm more than capable of waking myself up.
So you're capable of waking yourself up,
I am.
okay? Okay. And that would make you feel good, like they trusted you.
Yeah.
What about you, DJ? What would be the first thing you knew that was different?
I think my mom not yelling at me right when I wake up, you know, like telling me to do this and do that, because that's not a good way to start off the day.
Okay. So, there's this theme of mornings. Mornings sound like a problem.
Mm,
They sound kind of stressful.
That's when the problems start,
So when it starts in the morning,
yeah.
okay.
ends of the night.
Okay. So what would it look like if mornings were different? Would that change things, you think?
Yeah,
I wouldn't be stressed out when I go to school.
I'd have a good day at work.
So what specifically do you think needs to happen in the mornings?
I think Dan needs to bring me breakfast in bed, wake me up with a massage. Then I wouldn't be so crabby. Cause I like my breakfast.
Okay.
I like to eat.
So some affection.
Mm-hmm. That's when I like to be touched, is in the morning, not at night.
Sounds like everybody kind of would appreciate some of that affection in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, right, Dan?
Sure.
Dan does too.
Okay. So affection in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
What does that look like? I know you said massage and breakfast in the morning, but
And some,
kind of as an everyday kind of thing, what would that look like for you?
some of it I can't mention in front of my kids.
Okay.
Gross.
Okay. So more affection between mom and dad.
Yes.
Okay.
I don't want to talk about that. That's gross.
Okay, we don't have to go into the details, but so it sounds like you guys would be willing to try being affectionate in the morning
Mm-hmm.
and then affectionate with your kids.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I don't want them kissing on me all the time, but it'd be nice to like wake up and, you know, have breakfast without getting yelled at. That'd be cool.
DJ likes my hot chocolate I make. I'll make him
Yeah.
some hot chocolate in the mornings.
Do you like that, DJ?
Yeah,
Okay.
that'd be cool.
So maybe changing the way mornings go with how everybody's woken up. So you'd like to wake yourself up, and DJ would like hot chocolate in the morning,
And not to be yelled at.
not to be yelled at. So changing the way you talk in the morning. Okay. So who's gonna agree to do this?
I will. Dan?
Yeah,
So you think that this kind of comes down to you
Yeah.
and you changing the way things are in the morning?
I'm excited. I think we can do it.
Okay.
I'll get my marshmallows, DJ.
Yay.
Okay, so we'll stop it at this point. So we've made a goal. Do
cool.
you think it's specific enough? Affection in the morning, allowing you independence, you get hot chocolate,
Yes,
mom
I
has
think
hot
so.
dinner with you.
Right, 19
Because that's the thing with real family therapy,
I
it's
think so
not
too.
just like one
Right,
big thing.
exactly. It's
all
a
that.
minute change.
All of that.
Minute change.
19, that's not bad.
Yeah.
So then
So-
we can do a short follow-up
Like a
session.
10-minute follow-up session, yeah.
Yeah.
I hate
Is
that.
it still going?
Yeah, so you don't do a follow-up session?
Um,
Or did we already do all three of the things?
well, theoretically I did 3. I did the problem-free talk, exceptions, and goals.
I think at the end.
Were they
she
clear
goes,
enough, do you think?
Oh, and the hypothetical.
Can't we be done? Like, isn't that enough?
She said 30, 40 minutes, but 20 minutes, I think she'll give you anyway.
I don't think she's gonna be keeping time.
No.
I don't know, I think we probably need more than that.
Okay, we are recording.
It's all your fault.
It's all my
Darlene.
fault.
Test, test, test. Session 2.
Scaling. Gross.
Okay, so on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being the best it's ever been, problem is solved, 10 being the worst it's ever been, where would you rate your current problem?
We are at a 10. Nobody helps me. I work long hours. Dan, all he does is sit in front of the TV. Darlene, she's just up in her room. DJ never picks up his underwear and socks.
Okay,
We're at a 10.
so you would say it's the worst it's ever been?
Yep,
Okay.
absolutely.
Oh, yeah, sure. Everything's a 10 with her.
Dan, you don't even know.
Everything's a 10
Dan-
with her. If anything is going
Don't
wrong and
listen
it's
to
all
a
on
word he
her,
says.
she's doing everything.
No,
It's
doesn't even
maybe an 8. She's been worse than this.
no.
Okay, so it's not the worst it's ever been to you, it's an 8. Okay. Okay. Darlene, what about you?
Darlene don't know. She's always in her room.
Yeah, it's not really my problem. I'm not the one with the
Okay.
problem. They're the ones with the problem.
So, in general though, what would you rate their problem?
Their problem's definitely at a 10.
Okay, so for you as well, it's the worst it's ever been. What about you, DJ?
I don't know.
DJ don't pick up his underwear and socks.
On a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being the best it's ever been and 10 being the worst it's ever been, where do you think you guys are right now?
Maybe like 7.
Okay. So then, let me ask you, what would the difference be between a 7 and a 6?
Maybe mom and dad would argue less,
Okay.
so they would actually like start considering other people.
Well,
in
we
the
wouldn't
family.
argue if your dad would get away from that TV and get the dishes done.
So less arguing,
Mhm.
okay? And what about you? But what would be the difference for you between a 10 and a 9?
Well, Dan do the dishes. Instead of watching TV, show me affection. Darlene get out of her room, and DJ pick up his socks and underwear.
So what about a little bit better, between a 10 and a 9? For you, you just a little bit less, more contribution,
Well, at
you
least
mean?
to go bowling, maybe.
Okay, so do something fun together.
Yeah.
What about you, Dan? What would be the difference between an 8 and a 7?
If I got 10 minutes of quiet for one day,
You have 5 hours of quiet. What are you talking about? You're in front of that TV.
yeah, 1 year on the TV, 1 year with her yapping.
So a little bit more peaceful at home?
Mhm.
Okay. Alright. What about you, darling? What would be the difference for you between a 10 and a 9? Something a little
Less
bit better.
yelling.
So again, with kind of some of the arguing, the way you talk to one another. Yeah? Okay. And cut.
Do you think that's enough without doing the other thing?
Yeah.
How much time is it?
I don't think it's necessary to do it. Well, I did the first 2 times.
Oh, that was only 3 minutes though.
Yeah.
So 19 minutes plus 3, it's 22.
Alright, so what do you think, how was it? What was better this week?
Should probably announce that at section 2.
Session 2. Last week we talked about trying to be more affectionate in the morning, giving some more autonomy in how people wake up, some treats in the morning, and changing how, affectionate and the way you talk to each other in the morning. How did that work this week? What was better?
Well, Dan and I, we showed way more affection this week, yep, but
Gross, I wanna hear that.
I know, they've already told me don't say anything, so we can't talk about it, you understand, right?
Sure.
But, yeah,
So things have changed with you guys. You argued less,
yep,
okay?
sure
You're
did.
more affectionate,
Mm-hmm,
okay?
yep, and DJ picked up his socks and underwear,
Okay.
Darlene came out of her room a little more,
Okay.
and we got to meet her boyfriend, nice fella.
Okay. Alright. Dan, what was better for you?
Everybody was just being a little more calm and trying a little harder to have some more positive interaction, not go straight to being stressed and yelling and everything. A little bit of effort.
Okay, so everybody tried a little bit harder to contribute to this new atmosphere at home? Okay. But you, Darlene, what was better?
It was just calmer, I guess. And mom didn't yell at me about having a boyfriend, and she actually got to meet him, and
Okay.
she told me he was nice, so that was good.
Okay, good, excellent. What about you, DJ? What was better this week?
Well, mom and dad, they didn't argue as much, and dad actually, one night, he didn't watch TV and we went outside and we played ball, and that was really cool. I like that a lot.
Okay. So there was some fun in doing some
Mhm.
things together.
Yeah. Yeah, we had fun. Bowling.
So what do you think worked?
I think that, to be honest, that I stopped yelling, and I think some of that was my fault, and you know, instead of just yelling, I asked questions, you know, that kind of thing, and
So changing the way you talk to one another.
I did change the way I talked. Right, Dan?
Mhm.
Right, Dan?
A little bit.
Yeah, a lot, Dan.
Okay, fine, a lot.
Okay. So you changed quite a bit
Yes, I did.
how things were going for
Yeah.
you guys as far as how you talk to one another. Okay. And you feel like that worked.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What do you think, Dan? What do you think worked?
Like I said, everybody just kind of took a breath and put a little effort into trying to
Okay.
not jump straight to blowout mode.
Okay.
Yeah, that was good.
So people were trying a little harder. Okay. What about you, Darlene? What do you think worked about this?
Well, they let me just get ready by myself in the morning and didn't have to come and knock on my door and tell me to hurry up and yell at me, and
Sure.
that was good.
So that worked for you. It's not like it changed things for you.
Yeah.
Okay. DJ, what do you think worked?
Well, mom paid attention to me in the morning, and that was nice when she was making hot cocoa. We talked for a little bit. And then dad and I been hanging out a little bit more, so that's cool. I like that.
So you feel like doing the thing, changing things in the morning
Mm-hmm.
worked?
Yeah.
And then doing things together as well.
Yeah, that was nice.
Excellent. What do you think could have been better? Start with you, DJ. What do you think could have been better?
Well, things are better in the morning, but they're still kind of chaotic at night. It'd be better there. Mom and dad seem to start off good this past week, but towards the end of the night, it ends up them arguing again.
So at night, you'd like to see things be kind of like how we did plan for the morning.
Mm-hmm. That'd be nice.
What you were saying, what do you think could have been better?
I think that maybe if we all did dinner more, we weren't so rushed in the evenings.
Sure.
You know, Darlene, she has a lot of problems in school, so I just want to see how her day's doing, and you know, I do care. I love Darlene, and she knows that. She just has a hard time showing her affection, I think.
So you care what goes on and things
Yeah,
that
and
people in
DJ,
your
you
family.
know, he's the baby. You know, he'll always be my baby, and you know,
So you want to know what goes on in his life.
yeah. I
So-
love my kids.
So for you, having dinner at night would give you an opportunity to know what goes on.
Yeah, I really love my kids.
What about you, Dan? What do you think could have been better?
I think for when everybody got home, they're all tired, they tried a little hard not to just throw their attitude around. Maybe the rest of the evening would be a little more calm and, you know, have a better start to the end of the day.
So again, kind of the evenings, changing the way things go and how people put effort into the atmosphere. Okay. Darling, what do you think could have been better?
Well, I guess if we can just start doing dinner like mom said, it'd give me an excuse to come out of my room.
Okay. So you come out of your room for dinner.
I'll even make her favorite dinner, you know. She likes my casseroles.
So it'd be a time where all of you could be together at the end of the day. Okay. So what would it look like if you had dinner together this week? think you could do that?
Yes, I think so, and I'll make casserole.
So, do you think that that's something you could agree on as a good goal for this week? Is coming home, trying the same things of in the morning, you know, being more affectionate and attempting to interact and talk to each other and having dinner, maybe. Okay, as well as the morning. So both mornings and evenings. Well, I think that that is a great goal to have for the week, and I'm really proud of you guys for all the hard work that you did individually to, you know, find different solutions to this problem, and I think you did a wonderful job.
Thank you.
Okay. And cut.
I was gonna ask, do any of the, cause we did solution
Sweat
focus
price.
and,
Oh god, the battery's almost dead.
Yeah.
But it's going still.
with any of those, does
Still-
the therapist ever say, like, to mom, like, when she's complaining about DJ not picking up the socks, can you turn to DJ and